All right. Section 1.5. Section 1.5. Learning target for today is exploring angle pairs. What are you going to do if Mr. Bradley asks you what the learning target is? Angle pairs. Angle pairs. Okay, let's do some vocabulary first. We've got different words. Adjacent angles. What do you think adjacent angles would mean?
They match up.
What?
Angles right next to each other.
They're next to each other. They're adjacent to each other. You ever heard that? You ever heard it? You can write that if you want. Adjacent angles are they're next. If you're adjacent to something, right? They're adjacent angles means they're next to each other. What do you think an angle bisector would be? They bisect. When you bisect something, what do? Bisect, not dissect. Bisect something. What does that mean? Kind of divide it in half, right? Bisect it means it cuts that angle in half. If it bisects the angle, an angle bisector cuts that angle in half. Okay? You can if you want. If not, I would, when we go through this, I'd put them in here. We're going to go through 1 through 5 here, and we're going to match these up. Complementary angles.
One complements the other.
One angle complements the other, but what do you mean by that? A complementary angle. If I have two lines like this, all right, this angle here complements this angle here.
Yeah. And then those other two complement each other.
Or does it say that complementary angles are like this? Oh, not like that. Or does it say that complementary? If I have a angle bisector, or just a line, that this angle complements this angle?
No.
Yes. Yes. And what does it make up?
A
90 degrees. So complement, they don't have to be. As long as they add up to 90 degrees. All right? That is complementary angle. What would a supplementary angle be then? 180 degrees. If they add up, so if I hate it when that happens. If I have a line here and one going off here, then this angle here is supplementary to this angle because they add up to 180 degrees. Probably. All right. And the last one, vertical angles. You will see this eventually. Now, don't worry about it because we're going to match it up with what it is in here. Okay? Vertical angles. Well, let's do it this way. Don't write it like that. Let's do the other one we had. It'd probably be easier to see. A vertical angle. Vertical angles. They're vertically across from each other. This angle is a vertical angle of that one. Okay? These angles are vertical angles. And these angles are vertical angles to each other. All right? So let's take a look at our list here. Two angles whose measures have a sum of 180 degrees. Supplementary? Is that right? Is supplementary right? Two angles that have 180 that add up to 180 degrees. Supplementary. Supplementary, the two angles add up to 180 degrees. If I had an angle that was like this, and I had an angle, let's say that was like, no, I'd want to do this here, that was like this, and we added those together and they equaled 180 degrees, could we say those angles are supplementary? Yes. Two angles that add up.
It does that because when you hit something, you accidentally touch the iPhoto.
I know, I'm doing something in here. Two angles that whose measures add up to 90 degrees. What would they be? What would that term be? We already got supplementary angle. We already got supplementary. All right. What would that be? Are they angle bisectors, angle adjacent angles, complementary angles, or vertical angles? Complementary angles. What I want you to remember on what I want you to remember is supplementary angles, complementary angles. Complementary angles, 90 degrees. Supplementary angles, 180 degrees. All right, 90 degrees, 180 degrees. Right, it's either perpendicular or it's flat.
90 plus 90, 180.
Last I checked. All right. Supplementary, complementary. Supplementary, 180. Complementary, 90. Okay, two angles whose sides are opposite. Raise. Vertical angles. Vertical angles. They're vertical of each other, right? Two angles, Amber, that share a side but do not overlap. This angle and this angle. They share a side, but they don't overlap. What would they be? Be confident in this. Adjacent. And then, Trevor, a ray that divides one angle into two angles with the same measure. Angle bisector. Okay, so now we know what adjacent angles are, right? They're side by side. They share a side. Can a complementary angles be adjacent angles? Yes, they can be. Are they always? No. Can supplementary angles be adjacent angles? Yeah, but they don't have to be. All right. Can vertical angles be complementary angles? How can they be complementary angles? They both add up to 90. How would that happen? They're both 45 degrees, right? Can vertical angles be supplementary? Yeah. In other words, right in here, this creates a 90 degrees right there, right? They're perpendicular to each other, so this angle is supplementary to this angle because it adds up to 180 degrees. Okay? All right, good. Good, good. You guys understand that? Got her down? In like Flynn? All right. Out like Amber breaking wind? Not nice. All right. I'd say it was one of the boys, but I know that would be true. Out like Cade breaking wind. All right. Use a word. Use a word from the list to complete each sentence. If the measure of one angle in a pair of blank is n, the measure of the other angle is 180 minus n.
The S one, supplementary.
Supplementary, right? Because we're talking about 180 degrees. Sup. Sup. All right. They never share a side. Vertigo. Vertical. Vertical angles. Never share a side. Damien, what angles always share a side? Look, you got notes there? No. Take a look at these up here. What angle, which ones always share a side? Can't get away from that. What is it? Which one of these always share a side? Adjacent. Go Damien. Go Damien. Go. I got that in me today. Adjacent. I don't know if I'll be dancing by the end of the day, though. All right. Draw angle bisector for each. What is an angle bisector? What does an angle bisector do? Kaylin, what does it do? Or Kaylee, what does it do? What does an angle bisector do? So it divides them in half, right? So if I looked at this and I drew a line maybe about like that, could I say that could be an angle bisector? Yeah, well, if I say this angle equals this angle, all right, then that is an angle bisector. All right? How about this one, Cade?
Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah.
Could that be an angle bisector? No. That doesn't look very good because I can't say this angle equals that angle, right? See? All right, what if I did this? And I said this angle equals this angle. Then it would be an angle bisector. Are we good with this? Do you guys think you can do the assignment? You can start it. Let's take a look at the assignment here. All right, let's go back. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Go back. Let's see. How many we got in there? Notice the videos are up here too. Nice. Let's take a look at two. See how many are in here. Oh, there's only 3 of them. You just do 1 and 2, or 1 and 3.
How do we do even?
Let's take a look how many are on here.
You okay? Don't knock your board off the wall.
Let's take a look at it once here. Oh, we got one now. Do them all. Okay. Do them all.